Okay. All right, everyone. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in. A part of the blessing of this delay in being able to find everyone to get scheduled is that we still have a lot of compliance around getting documents up into the shared drive. So a part of that would be like, the AZBN form, where, and Block 3 has this, where we are assessing our semesterly program outcomes, like what we're doing for interventions for our HESI and things like that. But the other blocks, for various reasons, are still getting that information up. I know we had that OB meeting earlier, so we're still needing people to upload their lesson plans and examples of their um, assignments and things like that. So I'm going to just do a blanket email again, just to remind everyone that we need this for this team to move forward. But in the interim, there are things that we can get going, and we do need to get going. The challenge that we have is that we have to have recommendations for the faculty around what's missing before the semester's out. So we're writing, they'll be writing for this committee a little longer. We do need to get at least your assessment of where the blocks are at with the data that you need to write. So if we can at least do that, that would be really good. Part of the end of semester SOP for everybody is uploading CSV files and uploading their HESI reports and things like that. So if people are uploading things, then we can just ask them to capture some assignments, some student information, like based on whatever it is that you see that you're looking for in the standard. So I could see that Corinne pulled A, C, D, and F for standard 1. The difference in 5.1, Kristen has taken standard 5.3. If you need help, it's really important to be tagging folks in this document, in the writing draft. And let me just open that up here one second, just so that everyone is looking at the same thing. Writing draft. So I can see somebody's already getting in there and starting to put some stuff in. Okay. But for example, in 5.1, we're looking at, the ELAs, D, what is the schedule for analysis of data for each end of program student learning outcome? So for us, that's the end of the semester, right? So whoever's taking that standard has to narratively write to that and then connect the meeting minutes per block of that conversation. Do you see what I mean? When you're connecting documents, they should be in a PDF format. So what you need from the faculty, you can collect. You can ask them to upload it into the shared drive in a PDF format. Okay. So if they've been working in it, they can just convert it and then you can connect it into this document. But the links to the way that we provide the evidence in advance for the surveyors is by PDF. So Gabe and Constance are going to end up, attaching hundreds of PDFs into the repository in a very specific way. And the more questions we get answered ahead of time and examples we provide ahead of time is going to determine how challenging and stressful our visit will be. Okay. So, what questions do you have so far? No questions? How about you, Kristen? Do you have any questions?
Not yet per se. I feel like when I start digging for things, then I will probably have a bunch.
Okay, sounds good. We have a meeting set for another week from now. Let's see here. Let me find it real quick. Oh, we have one for the 22nd. So we'll want to have some documents in here, some writing done so that you can get feedback on the direction that you're headed in. Okay. If you're in doubt about it, please feel free to go to the 2017 Standard 1 and Standard 6. So I'm just going to open up Standard 6 real quick, which is now technically our Standard 5. And if you're looking for how people are speaking to the standard, you can look at how this is written narratively. Okay. The thing I want to like really drive home is please do not copy and paste anything from this 2017 document because it had a lot of information that is not only different from what we have now, but was written interestingly. So we want to make sure that we're not copying and pasting anything. This is just to give you an idea of how people are writing and then, you know, adding in tables and then connecting forms. Okay, so they just connect the links to it and then the surveyor can look at that link and then know what document, the PDF they need to pull. So the surveyors do not have access to anything until they are on site. Okay, I'm trying to find an example. Sorry to make you car sick of so this would have been, nope, that's just a line. What are you doing? It's not so prevalent in this standard, but it was in some of the others, okay? Okay, so we'll just imagine that published on the AZBN website. So we would need to have a screenshot of the AZBN website where that information is demonstrated for Phoenix College. Okay. Cheryl, in her magnificence, showed us an app, and I'm trying to find it, that actually will allow you to screenshot an entire web page so that we don't have to be using the snipping tool all crazy like. Okay. So I'm going to find that add-on because she helped me get it, but I can't remember the name of it so that I can share it with everyone. Okay. But that'll be the way if you have to go to a website that you can actually screenshot and create the PDF. Please make sure you put it in the standard in the shared drive for everything. Okay. So we should have recommendations to the faculty that need to be completed by the last day of the semester. And so I don't want to provide that to them any later than December 1st because they're going to be getting hit by every single committee. All right. So we want to give some grace around what folks need to do. But if you have, you know, any time that you have created something, you know, please upload it. Okay. But remember, we're writing narratively in the draft. Okay. Any questions so far? Would you all like to see another standard committee and how they handled it for a visual, or you feel good with the directive? I don't want to over explain, but I want to be sensitive to everyone's different style of approach.
I'm kind of with Kristen as I'm like pulling information and starting to write. I'll probably have more questions.
Okay, perfect.
It's hard to have questions like right now when I'm not 100% sure what I'll be looking at and pulling in. So
okay, sounds good. So we're at a good point then. We've got standards signed up for. And then I will put a ping to Josefa and Kalichi around what they'll be doing. And then we will be prepared to meet on the 22nd. Okay. Any questions, thoughts? This was again just a touch base just to make sure that the committee is moving forward and getting their evidence, requesting what they need from the faculty, putting it up in a PDF in the shared drive. And I think that was all. Hey, Constance. So Constance, we were just getting a touch base on this committee to make sure that everybody's moving forward. This one has been harder to schedule based on representation from all different cohorts and blocks. But everyone here today seems to know where they're going. And we will reconvene on November 22nd with way more filled out in this standard. with information out to faculty no later than December 1st with requests and recommendations. Okay. Do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for the quick check-in and clearing your schedule wherever you are running all over the place. And I'll see you on the 22nd.